All right, we're back again. This time is part 16 of the XR400AF conversion. Anyway, it's been about a month or so since I posted the last video, and I thought I'd give a little bit of an update. I just got back home and onto working on this thing, and figured I'd do some buttoning up of the wires. So I took the existing 400EX wiring harness and routed it down through this way, tying into the key switch. I shortened the wires right here at this junction point right here to lessen the amount of wires for the headlight, which I don't know if I'm going to run one, but it's here if I decide to. And then it came down through here and did a whole little menagerie, kind of a mess down in there. You really can't see it, it's kind of dark. But anyway, wrapped down in through here, tied into the coil on this side, ran down this way, and kind of tucked right down in there, and decided to mount the voltage regulator right there on the air box flange that I made. I'll come around on the other side and show you the continuation of the wiring harness. So anyway, it's gonna sit right, the voltage regulator, it's kind of hard to see it, right back up in there, but anyway, it's up in there. And then I decided to mount the CDI box right there, which is probably gonna be the best spot. It's not mounted yet, it's just sitting there. So as you can tell, it's a good fit, but I'll finish doing a mount on that in a little bit. And then the stator wire is just like way too long, so I'm gonna have to shorten that quite a bit. But that's about how it's gonna sit, you know, right up in here above the air filter, or above the air intake. And then in this spot right here, I'm gonna put the starting solenoid, this little menagerie right here. Except for I don't want it to be rubber mounted like this. I'm gonna mount it by getting a different solenoid and mount it solid. So anyway, it's gonna mount solid right there. That's why this is not quite buttoned up right here with these wires. Here's the two that are gonna go to the starting solenoid. Here's the one that is coming from the battery power to power up the wiring harness. What else is there? Yeah, so all this wire right down here, I got to keep the diode, but a lot of this wiring harness, the rest of these wires will be discontinued. I will shorten those down to kind of make it a little bit more compact. And here, let's see if it'll focus. That's some of the most of the wires that I removed from the existing 400EX wiring harness, and there's still more to go. But as its current setup right now, all I have to do is hook the negative battery terminal up to the ground of the chassis, and this thing will crank over under its own power. Well, crank over, and it'll start. Yeah, there's where all my tools go. Little boy taking all of them. So anyway, just thought I'd give an update. If there's any questions anybody has, feel free to shoot me a question. Yeah, this is kind of my little prototype of this whole bike project. I hope it's worth it. I hope it wasn't just a 5-year waste of time. But anyway, hopefully I'll get the clutch cable and the throttle cables figured out. And well, I'll show you. These cables right here, I have internal problems with these cables, so they don't return properly. So I got a couple brand new ones to put in their place, but I'll basically route those just like that right there. What else is there? Clutch cable still's got to run. I got to do the fuel line. I got to get a throttle position sensor and put right there. It's not going to be needed, but I just need one to cover up the hole. If anybody has one floating around they want to get rid of, it doesn't need to work, just like to fill the hole. But yeah, it's coming along. I just ordered a couple parts today. Got the shift lever, got a sprocket for it that'll actually have the keeper. Get the chain put on, got to put the pegs on. So it's coming along. A few more things to do, but there you go. There you guys go. Just an update.